Welcome back. And I welcome myself back because I really like joining you guys and listening to the presenters because it's going to be good. Let me tell you, it's going to be really good today. There's going to be a lot of great information. Take notes if you have to. I believe they're going to be sending their information to contact them. But basically the past three modules that we covered, they were amazing. The first one was understanding financial abuse, how to keep your finances safe. The second one was learning financial fundamentals, meaning how to manage your finances, how to create a budgeting and savings, how to differentiate between the assets and liabilities. The third module was about mastering your credit, and we cover how to check your credit, what are the things that affect your credit and what are the things that don't affect your credit, those little things that we hear online or whatever. And then we provided a lot of information on where to obtain your credit score. In this module, we're going to cover more things. And that's the reason why we have more presenters this time, because you guys are going to get a lot of information. Again, my name is Cristian Aguilar. If you guys have any questions regarding Enlace Comunitario, you guys can email us, and we're going to be providing our email address as well. And then I'll pass it on to my coworker, Jessica Martinez.
Thank you, Cristian. So once again, my name is Jessica Martinez, and I'm so happy and thrilled, like Cristian said, of being here and sharing with you guys what we have utilized and what has worked for our agency. I do want to kind of like ask, and maybe you guys could chat in. Did you guys participate on the other modules? If you could just type in yes or no, at least so I can know a little bit of maybe what we could cover if you guys were not present. But I do invite you that if you guys are not part of the AllState Foundation, look into the website. There's a lot of information that you could utilize. And just like my coworker, Cristian said, we know that financial abuse is something that our domestic violence victim experience. And we know that it's important to talk about these topics because they are being affected, and sharing the information with them will help them get prepared to the next steps that they want on how they want to move forward with their life and on their decisions. So the module 5 that we are trying to cover, or it's about creating budgeting strategies. So I noticed here that a lot of you guys have not participated on some sessions. Some of you guys have. So like I mentioned, I do want to encourage you to look at the website. Teresa, if you don't mind typing in where we could find that information, they have the curriculum that we've used. They have PowerPoints, and you could download the full curriculum online. So it's easy to access it. You don't have to create the PowerPoints. What we have done is we've adapted to the presentations to the community that we serve, so you guys could utilize that. We're not financial experts, so a lot of the information was also new to us, and going over and getting familiar has helped us better serve our community. So this module, it's about creating budgeting strategies, and it covers different type of things. A lot of the information, like I mentioned, we're not experts, so we wanted to have guest speakers this time around to show you that you don't have to know all the information. You can rely on your community and these wonderful guest speakers that could share and can bring their information to you. For example, this module, it goes a little bit more on like amount of like how much money a client could save, and what is the interest, and what is like the growth if they do start a savings plan. I'm good with like maybe budgeting, but like, how can I do that? I can invite, maybe if I have a Wells Fargo, we work with Wells Fargo, and they have members that work with the community. There's a lot of community outreach, and they can do actual one-on-one, and they could also share what they do with when somebody is going to their branch and opening a savings account. We have Delma, who's going to talk a little bit more of other opportunities, but like we mentioned, we don't have to know all this information. The curriculum has activities that you could actually do with your client that you could try to implement with them. And like I said, not everything works with every client that you work with. So sometimes you have to adapt. And clients are in different stages in their life. One might apply to one, might not work for the other. It talks about investment options, like different type of investments, like retirement, savings bonds, mutual funds, stock investments, state planning. Once again, I'm not an expert on that. So who can I invite? Who can I bring so they could cover parts of the module with your clients? If for those of you who have not been participated or didn't have a chance to participate on the other modules, you guys could get as creative as doing like events, like maybe financial fairs, and have different agencies and share that information as well. Community partners, it talks about insurance. We know that a lot of our survivors, sometimes their spouses or the perpetrator was in charge of all the financials, all insurance, mortgage, and all those other things. So talking about inviting maybe AllState. AllState has, they also have a staff who partners and could do outreach work with your agency as well. And they could come and talk to your agency about the different type of insurance. What does somebody actually need? And especially if your client is trying to budget, is trying to save money to meet their monthly expenses, bring them over. I know what I could have, what I need on for my auto insurance, but I don't know additional things that could potentially help the survivor save. So let's rely on these agencies. It also talks a lot about education, like going back to school, working on their GED, if that's one of their goals, or just returning back to school and getting a certificate or a degree. Who can we invite? Can we invite CNM? Can we invite somebody from UNM? Can we invite somebody from private colleges that could come and explain like what different type of services that they offer, the scholarships, when is registration? Right now during the pandemic, a lot of us have been using Zoom to communicate and work and share the information with with our clients. So I know that CNM has a lot of services and scholarship, and they also have a person who can provide this information. Our majority of our clients are Spanish speakers, so we accommodate that, and we invited somebody that could speak on the bilingual programs that they have. So like I said, we don't expect for each advocate or each agency to know everything, but like let's get creative. If you're not connected with the Goodwill, they have a career development. They work with individuals to help them develop a resume, apply for jobs. That could be another resource that you guys could utilize, especially if a survivor is trying to connect and getting back to the workforce. Talking about financial education, finance, like I mentioned, education, scholarships. If a lot of agencies, sometimes they provide scholarships, so look into that. How can we help the survivor pay for their books, pay for their tuition? This last module, it's kind of like a wraparound, and it's kind of like on the last stages when somebody has already worked through their finance, and it's a little bit more stable, and it's talking about like the next steps, repaying student loans, and it talks about the IRS. So that's why we have somebody from Tax Advocate to talk about that. Like, what are the options? What credits can survivors apply that maybe they're not aware of because of their immigration status, or because they've never been part of those important decisions in their life. So how can they apply for tax credit? So it's a lot of good information. Like I said, we wanted to kind of like just tap into and discuss a little bit of what the modules covers. Like we mentioned, not everything is going to apply for all your survivors. So kind of like thinking what for every survivor, it's going to be individualized. Our advocates have work one-on-one when we have not been able to provide like a group session, and they talk to a survivor, they do safety plan, and they talk to them and see what is their goal in regards to finance, what information is important to them, what they want to learn more about, what interests them, and then we'll explore those topics with them and share that information that we have. Sometimes they're not at that stage to maybe think about education, but like you sharing the information, whenever they're ready, they might take that decision of like, you know what, I'm ready to start to go back to school, I'm ready to go back to the workforce. And I remember you mentioned something about like financial, can you share more with me? So those are kind of like some of the things that we've done with our survivors, and how our case management team has worked with our community. I don't know if anybody has any questions. No. Do you want to add anything else, Christian, maybe that I missed? Or
No, I think you covered everything, but I do encourage to visit the website and look at the whole curriculum. And they even provide PowerPoints. So it's not like you have to create your own PowerPoints to bring these presentations to the community. You don't have to. Honestly, all the work is done for you. So it's really easy to use these PowerPoint presentations. All the information is there. And the reason why us have bring people, to cover more is because there's always more questions. There's always more questions about taxes and how to file taxes, or how to obtain a house without having a social security number. So there's so many questions that we don't actually have the answer for these. So that's the reasons why we usually invite these presenters. So yeah, I encourage that. Visit the website so you guys can look at the curriculum and also the PowerPoint.
I have a question. Any of you guys using the AllState curriculum or have like looked into like what the curriculum is? If you guys could chat in your maybe your answers just to get an idea. I noticed that some of you guys have not been in the presentation, but I wonder if you guys are using. Okay, so maybe it's like new information to the majority of you. And if your agency is not utilizing, or this is the first time that you're hearing about, talk to your supervisor or your director. The coalition has been great with us. There's grants that sometimes they're offered. I don't know exactly when can you apply for these grants, but it's a great opportunity. Something that I wanted to share that we cover like at the beginning of the modules or the other sessions is that with this AllState curriculum, not everybody has the opportunity, but our agency has had the opportunity to create IDA accounts. And these are accounts that for survivors who have never opened a savings account, they have the opportunity to open a savings account. We help them through the process. They have the option of choosing the bank of their choice, or credit union, and they're getting a plan and they save money. And for every dollar they save, we're able to match that with another dollar. So let's say that their goal is 500. At the end, they will have $1,000, and they can utilize this money if they need to do a down payment for their vehicle, they want to go back to school, or whatever they want to do, put a down payment for a mobile home, whatever they want to do. So it's a great opportunity that we've had the chance to do and with our clients, and we've done it for I think like maybe a little bit more than 4 years. I want to say 5 or maybe more, and it's an excellent program. Of course, not everybody has the opportunity to join because we have a limited amount of money, but it's been very successful. We've seen the transformation on clients, especially those who have never really had control over their finance because of the abuse, and just seeing them get excited as they see their savings account increase every month. It's very rewarding for us. So that's something also awesome that this program has for us. So like I said, I would encourage you guys, if you guys are not familiar, talk to Teresa, maybe have one, your director or somebody from your agency connect with the coalition. And with that being said, I want to introduce and pass it over to Alma Bueno from Tax Advocate Office.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am from the Office of the Taxpayer Advocate, the lead case advocate for our office. And I'm going to share some information about what we do and what resources are available to help your clients. I'm going to share my screen here for a minute so I can bring out my PowerPoint. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So at the Taxpayer Advocate, we are considered your voice at the IRS, and our leader is our National Taxpayer Advocate, Erin Collins. We are an independent organization within the IRS, and we provide free services to all eligible taxpayers. There's no income limits for eligibility to our services. We were created by law through Congress. The law is IRC 7803. And our functions are assist taxpayers to resolve their tax issues, identify areas where the IRS and taxpayers have problems, propose changes to administrative practices for the IRS, and also legislative changes to mitigate such problems that we do on our reports to Congress. We have offices in each state, at least one. I'll focus in New Mexico. We have one office in New Mexico, and we are staffed by our local taxpayer advocate, Jacqueline Smith. She's not here today. Myself, the lead case advocate. We have 4 case advocates. We have a secretary and then 1 intake advocate. And their roles are to assist taxpayers, get their cases in, and determine how we can help them with their tax issues. So one of our most important tasks is to protect the taxpayer's right by ensuring that the taxpayer bill of rights are being followed. We help the taxpayers where the system has failed them to operate as intended. And if you do qualify for help, your advocate stays with you at every turn. You have 1 advocate and they stay with you. So that's why we say we're your voice at the IRS. There is a lot of information, and I want to share this with you for self-help on our website. And so it's the irs.gov website, and then you click on Taxpayer Advocate. And so if you see here on the screen, there's, it's kind of like a map. You know, you start here, did you get a notice? So you may be helping someone who is going through issues with the IRS due to the former person or their former spouse. They didn't know if something was happening and you have a notice. How can you help them? This is a great starting point because you'll be able to see, you know, what to do from here, what topics you need help with. Are they expecting a refund? Do they have a balance? Are they still waiting for maybe a stimulus payment? This website here, it's the IRS website, irs.gov, and then you would click on Taxpayer Advocate, has a lot of good information that you may be able to share. The next one here is our taxpayer roadmap, and this is a little more involved, and that's usually something that's shared with taxpayers, or in your case, advocates, to see where your client may be in a specific tax case. Now, the most important one is, when should you come to us for help? A lot of times, especially in a situation where a person has left a violent situation, there's economic, financial hardships, and there may be a refund that they are expecting that could help them greatly. And so this is a time to come with us. If you have someone that is experiencing a possibility of being evicted from their home, their utilities are being shut off, their car is going to be repossessed, they have a medical procedure that is needed, and there's something at the IRS holding that refund that could alleviate those issues, that's the time to come to us. Also, when they have tried to go to the IRS through normal channels and it has not worked, or the IRS is just not responding. So taxpayer.advocate at irs.gov has more information about eligibility. And so we do have a tool also available on the website that helps you determine if we can help you with your issue. And it's also at the easiest way I find is irs.gov. It's short, sweet, you remember it, and then you click on their taxpayer advocate, or you search it, rather than remembering our long web address. So the tool is good because it'll help you figure out, can we help you? Now, to contact us for help with an issue, so go to the tool to see if we can help you, but it's not required to go there. If we can help you, there's a few ways that you can request assistance. You can call our National Taxpayer Advocate case line, and the phone number is here. It's 877-777-4778. Now, this is a toll-free line, and so there may be a hold there. You get to speak to someone, and if they determine you're eligible, they will forward your case to us. You may also fax us Form 911, that's the name of the form, or Form 911, and that's the request. It can be filled out with the information, what is happening, and it can be faxed to us. And for the state of New Mexico, because there it says, go here to get the fax number for your area. Now, you may have, clients from other areas, but there is, and we shared this publication previously, Publication 1546 has the information on what area, what office you would contact depending on the state. Here in New Mexico, our fax to send the Form 911 is 855-829-1825. And that comes directly to our office, and it's reviewed by one of our intake advocates, and they will call you. The Form 911 you can get at irs.gov. It's you can print it, download it, and fax it to us. And that's the information there. Or you may also call our local line. Now, that phone number is 505-837-5505. When you call, if we're not able to answer, you can leave us a voice message and we'll return the call. Or in this case, your client could, or you could help them get to us. And so that's how you can get assistance with us. Here's the expectations. I mentioned that briefly before. You get to work with your own case advocate. They will be with you at each step of the way. They will be your liaison between you and the IRS to get a resolution to your case. Some other things that we do, and this is more on a large scale, is our systemic advocacy management. Sometimes we see something that's failing, so we share that with the IRS to try and resolve it. And then finally, the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. These are the rights that taxpayers have. In any situation, they have the right to be informed, the right to quality service, the right to pay no more than the correct amount of tax. So I'll make a brief stop here on pay no more than the correct amount of tax. Sometimes when there's a situation of domestic violence, you may have a client who's dealing with a tax issue that they did not have any knowledge of, that because the other spouse controlled the finances, they didn't know that they owed a lot of money. The spouse had a gambling problem. They were submitting tax returns with incorrect information. And the IRS considers when you're married that you're both liable regardless. However, there is a program that's called the Innocent Spouse Relief Program. And there's a form called Form 8857. This specific form will focus on whether that's the person, the victim, your client, can they get relief because of what happened? Have they any knowledge? Did they go through domestic violence? It will ask for those questions, a lengthy form, and it asks a lot of questions about finances, who controlled them, was there any domestic violence? And taxpayers are granted relief based on this form if they meet the eligibility criteria. So besides, what credits are you eligible for, that is something that depends on whether you have dependents, your income levels, a number of things. But a really good program to help those who have been victims is the Innocent Spouse Relief Program. And so that is, if you have someone in that criteria, I highly recommend that they look into that. Not everyone is eligible, but a lot of people are. So after that, you have the right to challenge the IRS's decisions and be heard, to appeal an IRS decision in an independent forum, to finality, to privacy and confidentiality. So I just mentioned the Form 8857 for the Innocent Spouse Relief. The IRS will not share your information with your former spouse if you submit that form. They will be told that this was submitted, but they won't share where you are. None of that information is shared. So that's where your privacy and confidentiality goes in. You also have the right to retain representation and to a fair and just tax system. And so with that, I will just end my presentation here. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much, Alma. I share the information on how you could get a hold of their agency on the chat. So you guys are more than welcome to get that information from the chat. Does anybody have any questions? And if nobody has any questions, we could go ahead and start with Delma Madrigal.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. So I'm going to share screen also. So I have a PowerPoint to share with all of you. And everyone should be able to see it up on the screen now. So hi, welcome to finding out about Bencombe and about access to safe and affordable accounts available in our community. My name is Delma Madrigal, and I'm the project manager for the Bencombe initiative with the city of Albuquerque. So what we're going to cover today really quickly is what is Bencombe. I'm going to share how we are part of a national movement, share about the safe and affordable bank and credit union accounts, about our financial institution partners, and about how to find information on the website and next steps that we will be taking with Bencombe. So what is Bencombe? Launched in June of last year, it's a City of Albuquerque economic inclusion initiative for connecting individuals to safe and affordable checking accounts available in our community. We are part of a national movement ensuring that low cost, no overdraft fees. Yes, I said no overdraft fees. No surprise fee bank and credit union accounts are an option for unbanked and underserved individuals. So as I mentioned, we are part of a national movement. Bencombe has joined with over 90 other coalitions nationwide taking part in this work. If you're interested in seeing more information about this work nationwide, please visit their website. It's www.joinbankon.org. So these are lots of people working together to expand banking access. So let's dive in to learn more about these accounts that have a low monthly fee and no overdraft fees. So Bencon certified accounts are safe for consumers. These accounts are available to all individuals in our community and can be found in other parts of New Mexico as well as nationally. As I mentioned, we are part of a nationwide movement for increasing financial stability via bank on certified accounts. Consumers can contact financial institutions directly to open these accounts. So people don't have to go through Bencombe. You can go straight to the financial institution. So although these accounts are geared towards low to moderate income individuals, there's no income requirement. Requirements are a physical address and identification is required by the financial institution. Bank on accounts are ideal for individuals who've never had a bank account or as a second chance account. So these would be a perfect fit for those who are experiencing domestic violence, exiting, needing to start a new account, needing to start a new relationship with a different bank, because a lot of times, that financial safety planning, this happened to me, and I would just be really honest, it happened to me where my ex-husband got into my accounts even though we had already parted ways. So, if I had known about being able to start somewhere differently with an account like this that would be easy to do, I would have done so. So again, second chance accounts. I do like to share that the FDIC, or the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, they've shared data that shows about 50% of unbanked individuals have previously had a bank account. So lots of folks have tried, and maybe it's time to give banks and credit unions a second chance too. So what exactly is a bank on certified account? Bank on certified accounts are checking accounts, and they have these core features. It's a checking account that's typically checkless. It's being part of a debit card network, has a low monthly maintenance fee. Here it says $10 or less if waivable, $5 or less if not waivable. I will say that all of our financial institution partners are $5 or less, and even a couple of those are waivable. Again, there's that no overdraft or non-sufficient funds fees, no low balance or inactivity fees, free direct deposit, and free and unrestricted ATM access at in-network ATMs. Always making sure that if ATMs is important feature to have to make sure and check where those ATMs are located. So if you'll note the seal in the bottom right-hand corner, this is what a financial institution receives when they've completed all the requirements for having a bank on certified account. So we always like to tell folks, make sure to look for this seal because this will be directly on the account that has been certified. So keep it in mind that financial institutions have a menu of different accounts. Because the bank is on there doesn't mean that every account is like this. Only the bank, the one that has the seal on it, is the one that has been certified because it has all of these features. So what can these features mean for someone who opens a bank on certified account? Well, these can include saving money. No more high fees to use check cashing services. For example, a 3% service charge to cash a $1,000 check results in losing $30, right? No surprise fees. With a bank on certified account, there's no overdraft charges, no insufficient fund charges, no low balance, no dormancy, no inactivity fees. Also, keeping your money safe. Cash can be easily lost. Access to an ATM when a branch office is not open helps with having only what is needed on hand. Also, without a safe place to deposit money, people without bank accounts are more likely to be victims of crime because they often carry large sums of cash or keep cash in their homes. Also, paying bills easily and quickly. Saving time by paying bills online is an option with being part of a debit card network. Saving money and keeping your money safe. It's a good thing, right? So how can people get started? First, seeing a list of the checking accounts available and choosing a Bencombe bank or credit union partner that fits best. I'll share with how to find that list on the Bencombe website in the next few slides. Next, calling the bank or credit union selected with any questions, and even calling more than one to compare. It's important to remember to ask what is needed for opening an account, and after deciding which account fits best, to schedule an appointment. Remember, never sign if you do not understand. It's always okay to ask questions. And also keep in mind that many institutions now, because of the pandemic, have figured out how to make setting up an account online even easier than it was before. So the information up on the screen right now should look familiar. It's the same information we viewed on the last few slides. So we do have information in a handy brochure. The brochure is a trifold brochure, and it's available on our website, which I'll Again, I'll share about in a few minutes. It's in PDF format for easy printing. Everyone is welcome to print out and share with others who can benefit from having the information. Organizations are also welcome to contact me if you would like for us to send some for sharing with those you serve. So let's look next at who our financial institution partners are and the names of their accounts. And this will be up on the website as well, but I figured you guys would like a sneak peek at that. So we have Bank of America, and the name of their account is the Advantage Safe Balance Banking Account. We have Chase. Chase is new to Albuquerque, but they have several locations now. Chase Secure Banking is the name of their account. First Convenience Bank has the E account. So First Convenience Bank you see in a lot of the Walmarts. And again, their name is the E account. Nusenda Credit Union is the Breeze account. And we have Rio Grande Credit Union with the Fresh Start checking account. US Bank is the Safe Debit account. US Eagle Federal Credit Union is Flex Checking. And Wells Fargo is Clear Access Banking. So how can folks find information on these accounts? Even more information is by going to the Bank on Borque website. So the Bank on Borque website is our primary resource and tool. Website features include the ability to translate into different languages with the translate option at the top right of the website. We have an easy to print brochure, which I just showed you guys. It's available on the website. It's in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Chinese. And we also have a video that assists with how to navigate the website for finding an account that fits best. We have an interactive Google map with branch locations. So these are for all of our financial institution partners. So, you know, if location is important, you can see it very quickly. And the one page lots of folks like is the page with the user-friendly charts that have the account features, language access, and alternative identifications accepted. So it's really easy to see on the charts. You can see at a glance and do kind of a comparison shopping of what fits best, you know, for your clients. You know, alternative identification can be a huge consideration when working with certain populations, you know, seeing who takes the ITANs, who takes Consular cards, you know, being able to see that is also really helpful. There's nothing, you know, more discouraging than to walk into a financial institution, do all the work, and then find out that they won't take the identification that you have, right? So we've provided these charts to make it really easy for folks to be able to look and shop for their accounts. Also up on the website is an FAQ section, you know, frequently asked questions, and then also coalition information. So we just recently started our work with our coalition. As I said, you know, Bencombe Borque, we're fairly new. We did our hard launch, you know, back in last summer, and now we're continuing the work into the next phase of work for Bencombe Borque. So lots of work got done this last year for setting up Bencombe Borque, and we're looking forward to the next phase of work, including adding more financial institution partners and more accounts. So our coalition launched in January, and so in addition to connecting people to safe and affordable accounts, our coalition will be working to raise public awareness, target outreach to the unbanked, and expand access to financial education. If you're interested in hearing more, please feel free to contact me directly via email. Which is up on the screen now. In closing, I want to recognize that work focused on economic inclusion and financial stability is already happening in our community, and it has been. And we are so appreciative and grateful for the work. We thank you for all you do. Thank you for being engaged in around this topic. And if we haven't heard from you yet, if I haven't had the opportunity to chat with you, please reach out. I'd love to chat with folks and figure out how we can connect the dots in moving forward financial stability for those in our community. So please visit the website, and my email again is up on the screen. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you for having me here today. And trying to open up.
Thank you so much, Delma. I have a question.
Okay.
So let's say if I were to go, if I have a client that chooses to go to Nusenda, do they go into the branch and just mention that they want to join, they want to obtain an eBreeze account, or do they need to walk in and say something specific, or how can we go about that?
They can go in, you know, and just making sure to ask for the Breeze account, you know, that specifically, you know, the one that they want to have, right? And I'm having a hard time turning off my screen, so sorry about that. I don't know if anybody can help me with that. So If you can help me with that. So yeah, and the other question that I've heard from folks has been, if I already have an account there, but I want to switch over to this account, can I do that? I mean, they certainly want to keep your business, so I do not see why they would not switch over to the account that you would like to have, you know, knowing that, you know, it's such a good deal and they do want to keep you on as a customer. Okay, now I figured it out. Told you I'm on this new computer and I haven't figured everything out on this new computer here at work. Are there any other questions? We're good. Thank you again for the opportunity to share. And please let me know if you would like for a similar presentation for your organization. We're happy to do so.
Delma, do you mind sharing your info on the chat just in case that individuals, yeah, please. If you
I will
mind.
do that. All right.
Thank you so much, Delma. So Delma just shared her information. This is amazing information. I don't know about you guys, but it's even though that I have heard a little bit of the information, it's always good to a reminder, right? It's always good to remember which are the banks that can assist our clients. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want this presentation to go to your organization, yeah, contact Delma. She left her email there. And we have another presenter. Let me make sure she logged in.
And as you guys see, like we don't have to just know the information. Alma and Delma you guys could invite them, coordinate with them, and invite them to share that information, and not just feel that you're the only person in your agency that knows. Bring the other, invite them and have them do a presentation. Delma has provided more in-depth presentation for us, like when we have a little bit more of time, and Alma in their agency as well. So try to see if you guys could coordinate something. Yeah,
we see that Sandy logged in. Sandy comes from HomeWise, and I'm pretty sure she's going to bring us a lot of good information. Sandy, you can present yourself, and you're more than welcome to use a presentation, and she has it ready. Thank you.
I think you're on mute, Sandy. I don't know if you're
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good to go.
Okay, awesome. So thank you guys for the invitation. My name is Sandy Hernandez. I am with HomeWise. HomeWise is a HUD-approved nonprofit organization. We do have a big emphasis on education. So we actually work with families in order to educate on credit, income, a budget, becoming homeowners. And homeownership might not be everybody's goal, but we can still assist in counseling for credit. And not only are we a housing counseling agency, we are also a mortgage lender. So we do mortgage loans. And for third, we also do have a real estate license. As a housing counseling organization, our mission is to assist homeowners become sustainable homeowners. So our goal is not only to get a family into a home, but also make sure that they maintain themselves in the home. And again, even if you buy or don't buy a house, we can always visit on the family's credit and budget. We do have two different types of workshops available. The first workshop is home buyer education. The second workshop is financial fitness. And most important, these classes are provided for free, and we do ask our clients to take advantage of all the tools that are available. If the client's goal is home ownership, we help put all the pieces of the puzzle together to make it work, go in depth about purchasing, credit history, down payment, and the home. So we have about 12 different counselors that could assist through that process. Any questions that you might have, I will put my name and phone number in the chat. And also, just like the other organization, if you wish for us to do a presentation at your organization for either your employees, your clientele, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to do a larger presentation, more focus on credit and home ownership. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Yes, Sandy, can you tell us a little bit about, because I know last time that you presented for Enlace, you were talking about the credit score, that you guys can help with that. Can you provide us a little bit more about what other things you guys do for the clients?
Yes, a lot of our families come in with no credit or credit that might need a little bit of a boost, right? The credit qualification for an individual with the social is about 620. We do also do loans for families with an I-10, and with an I-10, the credit score requirement would be 640. But if the client is not there, we will hold their hands and get them to the point where we need to in order for them to qualify. And again, this becomes a big part of the coaching aspect, working with the family to educate them as far as opening a secured credit card, or if you have a couple of collections, let's offset it with positive credit. So again, the coaching, the working hand in hand with the individual in order to get them to their next goal.
Thank you. And I have understand that you guys have more than one location here in New Mexico.
Yes, we have here in Albuquerque, we have 2 offices. The big home ownership center, which is the picture in the back, is in the heart of Barelas on 2nd and Cole. And then our corporate office is in Santa Fe. But either Albuquerque, Santa Fe, we will help you anywhere in the state of New Mexico. Okay. So we have some individuals purchasing Hobbs, Lovington, we can assist.
Okay, and what are the classes that you guys are providing for the community?
Yeah, so our most popular class, and it's actually a requirement prior to closing on your home, is the home ownership class, where we talk. It is currently online. Hopefully in the summer we come back to in person. Currently online, 6 30 to 45 minute videos that talk about the steps in homeownership, credit, budget, what to look for in a home, how does a home loan work. So we talk about interest rates, about the types of loans, and then our last module is how to maintain your home. And then the second workshop is the financial fitness, and we do hold them both in Spanish and in English, and most important, they're free. So even you can sign up for this class. I will again put my email in the chat. If you would, as an individual, would like to sign up for the workshop, please do so. The more we get educated, the more we can help our own clientele.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm going to repeat this. HomeWise is an excellent organization. I have a referral for of my clients out there. And even myself, I had a lot of questions. How can I start, like creating my credit so I can I don't know, in the future, in near future, I can buy purchase a home. So they can answer all those questions. I know they have so many classes all the time. It's an amazing organization. And I know Sandy just wrote her email address and her phone number. Do you guys have any questions for Sandy?
I do have 2 questions for Sandy.
Yes,
Hi,
Ms.
Sandy.
Jessica. Hi.
Hi, I wanted to know, is there a waiting list in to receive services, or is it like a few days? If somebody, let's say if I have a client and I want to refer them to you, like what is the process on that?
Yeah, you can email me, call me. I'm typically in the office Mondays and Tuesdays. And if a client wants an in-person appointment, let me know and I will be here. Today, Wednesday, I'm in the office because someone is coming at noon. So we're definitely flexible to the client's need because a lot of our clients, didn't really like the virtual, don't know how to use Zoom, which is a platform that we've been using the last 2 years. So if the individual needs accommodation in person, let me know. I will come to the office to meet them. As far as an intake process, we have about 5 support people that can take the application over the phone. There is about 12 coaches that are working, so we can typically accommodate, depending on the client's schedule, what's available between 12 of us, we make it work to no more than 3 days.
Awesome. And then one more question. Is there an income requirement? Like, does an individual have to be doing a certain amount of money or no more than certain?
No, and because HomeWise is a HUD approved nonprofit, it opens the doors that we can actually have down payment assistance available. Depending on the household size, household income, HomeWise will look at down payment requirements. The less money they make, the more money in down payment assistance they might qualify. But it does have to be sufficient in order to make a mortgage payment. Some families with I-10 qualify for $6,000 of down payment assistance. Some individuals with social up to $20,000 of down payment assistance, which is at zero interest, zero payment. So, the families, we totally encourage, apply as soon as you can. Don't be intimidated by the process. We are, I would like to say, the most down-to-earth organization, understanding where the client's coming from.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So as you guys see, like, depending on where our clients are, so to some of our clients, it might be very difficult to think about, or even they might see it as impossible to even consider purchasing a home. So HomeWise provides that information that they might need, and it might help them get it prepared for maybe, like right now, it's not the moment, but maybe in a few years, they might be ready to take on that step. And it's a great opportunity. You hear of the flexibility and the opportunities that they have for down payment. So try to take advantage, refer your clients, and share the information. Like I said, if they're not ready at this moment, maybe later on, they're like, oh, I remember my advocate said that I could go to HomeWise and they could help me, and they could contact Sandy or somebody from their office and get that information from them. Does anybody have any additional questions?
And I did see one question in the chat. Is this for all New Mexico? Yes, all New Mexico.
And just to, I want to ask Alma and Delma as well, does yours, can they reach out to you if it's anybody from New Mexico anywhere?
Yes, for the taxpayer advocate, anyone, it doesn't matter from where, yes, they can reach us.
And I will say that we focus mostly on Albuquerque, but as I did mention, these accounts are available anywhere where that financial institution is at. Hopefully we'll get to that place where maybe we do a New Mexico coalition for this kind of work. So, I'm open for that one. But yes, anyone can reach out to me, and I've had people reach out to me from other places as well, and then I connect them to resources.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you to the coalition to have us and have this opportunity to invite our guest speakers. We really appreciate your time and your information. It's been very helpful to our agency, and we hope that it's helpful and useful to your agency as well. I don't know if you want to add anything, Teresa?
No, I just wanted to say thank you all. Jessica and Christian for putting this together, and also our panelists. Thank you so much for taking the time to educate not only us, but our community, as this is being shared on Facebook Live, and will also be, it is recorded. And so you all can check on our YouTube channel if this might be of interest in future to share as well. If you have any questions or concerns as well, I would also like to extend, you can always reach out to the coalition. We love to support our programs with trainings such as this to really educate our community. Just want to put it out there as well. We have a podcast now as well. And so that's also a platform that might be of interest in future. Please let us know. But really educating our community is a huge priority for us. So if there's a training or something that might be of interest, please let us know. We can always make it work, figure it out to have these trainings. And I placed the link earlier for the NNEDV AllState Moving Ahead curriculum. You could check back on that website to learn more and see all the PowerPoints that they have. If this program might be of interest for you, you can always reach out to NNEDV as well. They do a train the trainer program where they can also educate you on how you can do this at your organization. But they have so many resources on that website that can be beneficial in how to support survivors that are facing, any financial situation or empower them financially. Their curriculum is absolutely amazing, and we're so grateful to have Enlace Comunitario lead this grant with our other program, Community Against Violence in TAOs. And so let us know how we can support. And yeah, so we're here. I'll also put my information in the chat if that is helpful.
I wanted to add something about the curriculum online and the PowerPoints. They have them in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and another language. I can't remember. So if you have Spanish speakers, then you don't have to worry about the PowerPoint and the curriculum. There's those languages available to you. So it's like I said, it's just like getting familiar with the information. Some of the modules might be a little bit long. We've adapted them and shortened them to what we see in our agency. So feel free, it's there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. A lot of the information is even useful for us, like our budgeting and seeing like, oh, where am I spending? Where's my money going? So please look into their website and see how you could use that information for your agency. And thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, I'm going to be sending you an email as always. There'll be a survey if you would like to obtain a certificate for attending today's training. Once you complete that survey, you also have an opportunity in there to let me know if there's something that you still have questions on or if you need more information on. I definitely always check on those surveys. And then once you complete the survey, you will get a certificate right after. And if you don't receive that, let me know. But other than that, it's already 11 o'clock. And so I hope that you all have a fantastic Tuesday and let us know how we can support. And please reach out to Enlace Comunitario, to Jessica and Christian, if you need any support for your programs. And we will see you all for our next training. Tomorrow, we have our legal advocacy training. So if you have not registered for that, it's our 3rd session. So we will be sharing that here shortly. Have a fantastic day and we will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.